We will call the meeting to order for the Trinity County Board of Supervisors. We will begin this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Supervisor Lutweiler.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will begin our meeting with item A, county matters. These items include non-routine or controversial matters and are listed alphabetically by department. A member of the board, staff, or public may request that an item be heard out of order. Seeing that there is only one, we will not have the option to hear things in a different order. So we'll move on with item A1. County Administrative Office adopt a resolution which adopts the final budget for FY 25-26 for $150,930,034. CAO Tuthill.
Thank you, Chair. So presented before the board today is a resolution to adopt our final budget for fiscal year 25-26. This resolution is in accordance with the County Budget Act, and staff recommends the board adopt. The resolution and presented budget is exactly as you were presented at the 23rd of September budget hearing meeting, with the exception of an addition of $20,000 to recognize the library grant funding that they received last year. There are plans in place to actually utilize that funding this fiscal year. So we added $20,000 of revenue and also $20,000 of associated expenditures for the library. That's a grant that the Friends of the Library pursued and were awarded late last fiscal year. So we've been in contact with them, and we're excited to be able to allow that to happen and support that endeavor this year. So that is the only change. And with that, I will open it up to any questions there may be.
Do we have any questions from the board? Do we have any public comment? Recognize Ben Kellogg. It's public comment in the House.
Good morning. Ben Kellogg, Weaverville. This will be the shortest meeting in Trinity County history, probably. Just a couple things. I really wish that you all would have reconsidered bumping the IT budget. Dan did exactly what he should have on Friday when his boss's boss asked him, hey, should we increase the budget, after his boss had spent months retooling this budget. It was unfortunate, but you guys have the opportunity to bump the IT budget up a little bit. Like I said, Dan made the right comments. You know, he said, yes, sir. No, we don't need anything. You know, oh, we've had, you know, worse, number of employees in the past. Realistically, there are other counties that have more IT staff up here that have less employees. Doing a little research over the weekend. To me, IT is along the lines of public safety. If you don't get hit, you will get hit. And since we've already gotten hit once, it's inevitable. Bigger, stronger corporate networks get hit all the time. And we're a sitting duck at some point in time because we're seen as the easy prey. And if you get a ransomware attack and all the computers are shut down, you would have looked back in history and said, hey, maybe we should have bumped it up a little bit more in the IT budget because what you're going to pay in a ransom is most likely going to be a lot more. Another question I had in pertaining to the citizens sales tax initiative. The Chiefs meeting, a couple meetings back here, it was my understanding there was a question from the chair asking what can the Board of Supervisors ask as far as how can we wade into the pond as far as a citizens initiative. My understanding was the CEO and the county council said, you really shouldn't wade yourself in at all. My question is, why do we have the Board of Supervisors coming to the meeting and basically saying the county doesn't want the citizens initiative? Supervisor Lutweiler had stated that there were $500,000 in indirect funding that goes to the fire departments. Had a lot of dumbsicle looks after that comment. A lot of fire chiefs came to me afterward and said, I don't know anything about a $500,000 worth of indirect funding. Perhaps you could comment on that because
Thank you
that
for your time.
confused a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Do we have any more public comment in the room? Seeing none, do we have any online?
I show no raised hands.
Thank you. We will now entertain a motion.
I'll move to adopt the resolution as presented.
I will second. And
Any questions or discussion from the board?
yeah, I first of all, I want to say thank you for the Friends of the Library and that, and just like Tassa, they stepped up in such a big way. And so it's great that we have the benefit of that level of support. Also, want to acknowledge that we are actually supporting the IT department in, I think, a very strong way. There's been some great investments in upgrading technologies. There's still a ways to go, but we are actually in a better place than we were before. And having spent decades in technology and talking with Trent and the team, I feel like we're in a good place. So just a different perspective. And regarding the funding to the volunteer fire departments, just want to mention that it was Liz Hamilton who was here in a board meeting a few meetings ago and shared the information. Interesting, when I was at the fire chiefs meeting and made my comment, I saw a lot of nodding heads because they remembered the radios, the jaws of life, the many, many things that have been funded by the OES related grants for their departments. So again, just a different perspective. And the final thing is to let folks know that in this, we have got the $70,000 that is set aside that can be attributed or distributed to the tourism funded entities, I will say. And so we have a process that's getting its final review right now, but at least as it stands, unless the dates change based on feedback, we would have an October 15th deadline for interested parties to submit their requests. And then the ad hoc committee that we appointed would review all those and bring their recommendations to the board for the November 4th meeting. So that's what I've put forward, and the ad hoc committee and Trent and others are reviewing it, but that's kind of where we are. And then at that point, we can either award the money, not award the money, however we want to do it. So just wanted to make that clear as we go forward to approve.
And so with that process, the board would not be obliged to award the full 70, or the board is deciding how to award the 70?
Well, the ad hoc committee will make recommendations about how that money gets allocated or whether it should.
Okay.
And then the board ultimately will decide how it gets allocated or whether it should. So the board could say, well, we support 30,000 of this, but 40 we'd rather have go back into the general fund because we think we might need it better and it might be better served elsewhere. It's just completely up to the board. Right now it's just earmarked so that we know that in this budget we've approved, we've got that money. Now the board has to decide, do you want to use it? How do you want to use it? Who will it go to?
Okay, thank
Clear?
you for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote.
Supervisor Lutweiler.
Aye.
Supervisor Cox.
Aye.
Supervisor Brownfield.
Aye.
Supervisor Carpenter Harris.
Aye. We will now adjourn today's meeting of the Trinity County Board of Supervisors. Thank you.
Thank you.